Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel at Kailisha Homeware. My name is Yolanda Njapa, and today we're going to be talking about just the design process that I went through personally when I was renovating or making over some parts of our home. I'll tell you guys about the kind of things I took into consideration, the do's and don'ts basically, and what influenced my decisions in making over these 3 rooms. But before I get into that, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this video to get more videos like this, and maybe just share some of your pearls of wisdom as well. Now, I'll get right into it. The first room that we did was our dining room. Now, as a family, we're a family of 5, 3 boys, and it's me and my husband. We spend a lot of our time in the dining room. If you're not eating there, we are doing homeworks and work stuff in our dining room. So I felt as if it really needed some kind of change. In fact, our dining room I had reupholstered our fabric chairs, and I'd gotten a brighter color because everything else I felt was too dark. And as you know, last year we were spending a lot of time at home, so that actually is what influenced our decision to redo the dining room. We wanted something brighter and lighter, and that's what we did. So like I said, I had reupholstered our dining room chairs with fabric. They were a dark brown before, and we went with like a cream and purplish fabric. That didn't go so well. In fact, it didn't even last long because between the 3 kids, it was so hard keeping those chairs clean. And I'm a self-confessed, is it self-confessed? But I confess that I am quite the neat freak, and I want things to be in place. I want things to look in a certain way, and I just love cleanliness, So they were stressing me out. They'd have beetroot stains. The kids would come from outside and they were playing, and they would put like dirty fingerprints on their chairs. So it was a mission. So we decided we were going to change them, and I had actually put them on Facebook Markets and on Instagram, but I only had 6 of them, and they sold quite fast. And I also sold the table because the table was a dark brown. I also sold that along with the chairs. And yeah, I made an extra buck here and there. I'm not sure how much I made, but I did end up saving a little bit there. And then the challenge with finding chairs, new dining room chairs that were not made from fabric, that would be comfortable and that we'd all enjoy. The mission there. Firstly, most retailers in South Africa are all about fabric. All about fabric, or that hardwood that is not comfortable at all. So it was quite a mission, but luckily, because Kailisha is always on the lookout for like a modern and different kind of styles, I managed to procure our new dining room chairs, which unfortunately sold out before they could even get to the website. But nonetheless, so I decided, you saw in the photo that our dining room, the fabric ones, were much longer. I wanted something short because I felt as if the longer the dining room chairs, it makes the space look a little bit shorter because of their height. So I wanted something definitely short. And I had a new obsession, I still do in fact, with like low furniture and furniture that's closer to the ground. For some reason, I just think it looks nice and crisp, and it just makes the place as well look more breathable because there's nothing blocking like the ambience, should I say. So I definitely am a big fan of lower furniture, and when I was looking for the chairs, I did exactly that. I got lower dining room chairs that were comfortable, and guess what? They were so much more easier to maintain. And I also have another obsession, which is acrylic furniture. I love acrylic. I know it has like leanto that looks like it's a bit on the plastic side, but I just love acrylic furniture. If you do it right, listen, I am all for acrylic furniture. So that's what I got. I got chairs that were acrylic, and chairs were basically going to be the focal point of the whole dining room. My husband also had a say in that dining room. Husbands of today, they don't make them the same anymore. They have comments now about how the house looks. So we had to meet halfway, and we got 2 different chairs from the acrylic ones, and yeah, that was just my husband's doing, basically. And then yeah, I think that's more or less our dining room. We chose like a light oak table that was also easy to clean and a bit brighter than what we had before. And I'm telling you now, the room just lit up because of that. Now I forgot to mention this. So in between selling our chairs on Facebook Market and actually getting the suppliers to deliver the chairs that I wanted, we had to wait. And in the meantime, we used black plastic chairs. They were terrible, uncomfortable, but it was for the greater good because I was not willing to settle. Now that that's out of the way, we can move on to the gallery wall, which is actually on the same room. So it wasn't 3 rooms that are renovated. It was actually all in the same room because it's in our dining room. And just to give you a backstory on our gallery wall, right? We have lived, as a family, we have lived at two houses before this. And both these houses, this is actually our 3rd house, and both these houses, we never actually had one family photo out in the open. So with this one, I was actually intentional about getting like family photos around the house, because I don't know, I think I was probably watching like something on YouTube or something on social media, and I saw somebody like showcasing their gallery wall, and it actually occurred to me that we've never had any family photo in any of the houses we've lived in. So with this one, it was something intentional that I decided, no, we're gonna have family photos in this house, and that's what happened. I started, firstly, there was no planning when I wanted the photos in. I would just see a frame, buy it, and then stick it on the wall. See another frame, buy it, stick it on the wall. No planning, no thoughts put into it, thorough thoughts put into it, or design put into it. I just wanted family photos to hang in this house. And yeah, as you can see, there was 0 thoughts put into it. I just got a bunch of frames, put them together, and that was it. But with spending more time at home and a little bit more research and Pinterest coming through for a girl, I decided to actually plan our gallery, our family gallery wall a little bit more, and that's exactly what I did. I planned it out, and I used black. So I had the choice of actually putting like a wallpaper and then the photos, but I am one person that gets bored easily, and I'd rather just have a blank piece of canvas than have something that's already been done. I don't know if I'm making sense. So for me, wallpapers are actually too permanent for my liking, and I don't have time to keep changing them. So I'd rather just a blank wall, and then I'll play around with that, than commit myself to wallpaper. So yeah, going back to the frames, I bought frames. They were all the same size, and I put them in different ways, where we'd have like portraits, pictures, and landscape. Is it portraits? Yeah, portrait and landscape pictures, and that's what we did. We had just welcomed our 3rd child, and we went to a photo shoot. And those pictures were actually professionally taken, because that's the theme that I was seeing a lot with the research I was doing in terms of doing a gallery wall. So we got those pictures, went to the photo shoot, got those pictures, printed them, and put them, like, we chose some. In fact, some of the photos in our gallery wall aren't professionally shot. They are sentimental to us. So it's got like my dad, my mother-in-law, and in fact, we we keep postponing that we need to change some pictures. But I'm very happy with how that played out. And yeah, because our family was growing at that time, we just welcomed somebody new. I wanted more spacing, but it was because it's in the same room as our dining room. We could only fit in a 6-seater, and then under the gallery wall, that's where I wanted a bench. I couldn't find a bench that I liked. And I've got a fear of actually custom making items because I'm always afraid that they might not come out the way I want them or the way I imagine them in my head. So I decided to go with an ottoman. You put 2 ottomans together, and that's worked. The kids love it. I love it. When they come back from school or when we're heading out, this is where we sit and we just put on our shoes or our jackets. So it's definitely a win. I am definitely going to change this ottoman. But for now, it's fine until I find the perfect bench for us. And I didn't want like those bed end benches. I wanted something completely different. So the search is on for that. Yeah, so that's the dining room. Now, another thing that I forgot to mention from our dining room is that we decided not to go with the carpet. We decided not to go with the carpet because with 3 kids, it can get quite dirty after any meal time, and I'm not one to police the kids. Like, I feel that I police them enough as is, and I want the kids to also feel comfortable in their own home. So the carpet was going to drive me insane because if we were to get a carpet for the dining room, it would have to be something light, and it would get dirty real quick. So I am considering, in fact, getting a carpet because they're a bit older now, and we have a feeding chair for the younger ones, so we can move them away from like where the carpet will be. So we're definitely going to do that, and I will definitely post that on our Instagram page as well as here as well to give you guys an idea. The other thing that we did a mistake of, this is actually a big mistake that we did. So I wanted a light feature for the dining room, right? But the light features that I wanted, my husband kept insisting that they were too long and they were for high ceilings. Now, our ceiling isn't that high in the dining room. So we got a short light fixture. Didn't go so well there. Until I realized, after doing some research, that the height of the light fixture doesn't really matter that much because it's going to be over the table. No one's going to be knocking it off or bumping into it. So that's the one thing we didn't consider, and we ended up with a light fixture that we didn't like. I'm also changing that, and I will definitely update you guys once I find that. So anything that's short from this picture is probably the carpet, like I said, and the light fixture that's a bit lower than what we currently had. And then that's our dining room. The last room that we renovated last year was our kiddies room. So due to Corona and schools being closed, we actually took the decision as a family to homeschool our boys. And again, we didn't have much space because we had just welcomed our youngest, and we just had to work with their room until I could see where the whole nursery thing was going. So what happened was that because they had 2 single beds beside each other and it just would go in the middle, we decided to get a bunk bed. Now with the bunk bed, guys, it was so difficult getting this bunk bed because all the bunk beds that we were getting were too close together, and you literally could not even sit and we could not even sit and like maybe relax on the bed because you'd probably bump your head. And my oldest son is quite tall for his age, so it was just a mission trying to find a bunk bed that would actually allow us to sit down on the bed. So we had it custom made, and it then came in like a raw oak, and it wasn't painted. We painted it grey, and yeah, that's how we got our bunk bed. and we used, actually, instead of buying new mattresses for the bunk beds, we actually used the mattresses from the single beds. They are a bit bigger. They are a bit bigger than normal mattresses, but you know what, for now they work, and I think they're more comfortable than what mattresses normally are for bunk beds. So that takes away the bed aspect of it, and it gave us much more space. And because now we were homeschooling, we had to buy a desk for each child, and yeah, that on its own was also a lot of trial and error. We bought smaller desks for each of them, and we didn't want them to sit together because they're in different grades, so they're actually on opposite ends of the room. And you know, it worked, and it's still working. It's just that now because we did it when I just had my third son, and so now number one has actually outgrown the whole bunk bed excitement, and we're trying to also find a way, so to speak, to actually incorporate the youngest one into their room, because he doesn't seem to be enjoying sleeping alone. So we're trying to do that. But my only problem with that is that the designs that I'm seeing are actually, and the designs that are available in the South African market, I feel it's going to be so cluttered. So I will definitely do more research there. But for now, the boys are enjoying their room. And yeah, what could I not be telling you about their bedroom? Oh, another thing as well, for the theme, I actually used wallpaper in their room, but looking back at it now, it's a bit childish for their age, because they are, how old are they? How old is Kaya? They are 9 and 7, and I feel as if it's better suited if it was like in a nursery than in that room. But I still love the theme. I love grey, light shades of grey, and we also had like shelves installed for them, so I definitely love that feature as well, where they put their artwork and anything actually that they want, they put in the shelves, and it's easy to clean. I also got some storage boxes that we put under the bunk beds, which work perfectly for their toys and keeping their room tidy. And yeah, I think I've covered most of my design process, and what led to just what led to the decisions that I did, and our style. And I think I kept it quite clean and quite breathable, which is what I want and what I'm always about. But yeah, I hope this helps you in your decision making. I hope you understand that your interior design or your interior style has to be functional, and what works for me might not work for you. But like I said, I've got kids, man, and it doesn't mean that if you have kids then you're completely restricted in terms of what you want to design. It's only maybe swapping and changing just a couple of things here and there, but don't let kids stop you from living your best interior dreams. Like, no, this is still my house. but yeah, I hope this video helps. Please give it a thumbs up and comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye.